Tonight, we gather together, in person and online, to honor our finest Penn Staters with the most prestigious award given by the Penn State Alumni Association, the Alumni Fellow Award. To begin our evening, please welcome Penn State Alumni Association CEO, Paul Clifford.
Penn State alumni friends, and you, our new alumni fellows, good evening. Thank you for joining us here in the Hintz Family Alumni Center, and those of you who are watching via live stream. Where else would you rather be than a room full of Penn Staters? I'm Paul Clifford, CEO of the Penn State Alumni Association, and I'm honored to welcome you to this special event. Congratulations to this evening's honorees. Tonight, with one voice, the Penn State community sings your praise for how you have swelled thy fame of dear old state. The Penn State Alumni Association is honored to recognize you this evening, highlighting the collective impact that Penn Staters have in their professions, in their communities, and around the world. These awards carry a lifelong distinction of recognition. Please accept our most sincere congratulations. For some of you, tonight's recognition has come after a long wait, followed by a postponement of last year's ceremony. For others, this recognition is coming in a different format than you might have expected. Regardless of the circumstance, tonight is your night. For those in person, while we won't be doing the traditional handshake or fist bump or hugs when you accept your awards, tonight your spot in the limelight up on stage won't be diminished. Instead, after your accomplishments have been celebrated, you'll be called to the stage to receive your award and pose for a photograph. The awards were designed by alumna and artist and a previous recipient of the Alumni Fellow Award, Jeannie Stevens-Solomon. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the 18th president of the Pennsylvania State University, Dr. Eric Barron, who will guide us through tonight's recognition of our honorees. Dr. Barron?
Well, thank you, Paul. I'm very pleased to share this evening with such an incredible array of truly outstanding alumni. It's not often we get to see in one spot the multifaceted impact that Penn State has on business and education and public service and the arts and science. It's always impressive to see how much people have accomplished and to hear how their Penn State education has had an impact on them. This evening, we're recognizing 22 Alumni Fellows. So I'm going to keep introductions very brief. I encourage you to visit the Alumni Association website for more information on the new fellows and connect with colleges and campuses who join us in celebrating all of these individuals here tonight. This academic year, we've invited them to campus to spend time in the classroom with our students and with our faculty, and this engagement is one of the most important outcomes of our Alumni Fellows Award ceremony. So, since the cameras are rolling, let's get started. And speaking of cameras, I'll begin tonight's presentation with someone who is no stranger to the big screen, the wonderful actor Ty Burrell, who is our first honoree, and although he couldn't be with us here this evening, I wanted to share a brief quote from the nominator's letter that speaks to his character off the screen. The letter begins, "I have had the pleasure of playing Ty's fake brother-in-law on Modern Family for the past 11 years, but in my heart, he is just as close to me as my actual brother-in-law." And he added, "the kind that you like, not the kind that makes you mad at your sibling for marrying them." The incredible warmth and humor Ty conveys on the screen is genuine and we're very proud to call him one of our own. Ty recently spent his time with our School of Theater students in a live Q&A session and occasionally makes it back to campus. If you have the chance, please congratulate him on his Alumni Fellow Award. So now let's continue with our awards with honorees from the College of Liberal Arts. Renee Kristoff is joining us today on Zoom. Renee is the head of Global Associate Engagement and Corporate Social Responsibility at T. Rowe Price. She leads a team focused on finding strategic ways for the firm and its 7,000 associates to engage in the community. Through her work, she has been deeply involved in community programs that support the greater Baltimore and Maryland communities. In addition, Renee has long been an advocate for the firm's diversity and inclusion efforts. According to her nominees, Renee exemplifies humble leadership and personifies what it means to think of creative and practical ways to optimally serve our communities. This evening, I'm proud to present Renee Kristoff with the Alumni Fellow Award.
Thank you, President Aaron.
Thank you. Thank you, Renee. Now, David Gray and I have shared the stage many times to present awards, and it's my great pleasure to recognize him this evening. David earned 2 degrees from the College of Liberal Arts before going on to a distinguished career in financial administration, including nearly 10 years at Penn State as Senior Vice President for Finance and Business and Treasurer. One nominator said, the scope of David's responsibility was staggering, with Penn State's $7 billion operating budget being larger than 6 states and 46 nations. Another nominator credits David with guiding his alma mater to a position of fiscal strength that has received national acclaim and served as a model for other institutions. In addition, David is always active in our community, bringing his expertise to several boards and organizations. He and his family have enduring roots in State College, and I'm very pleased to present the Alumni Fellow Award to David Gray. Thank you, David. Our next honoree is Binny. See, I started to worry about her last name. And so because I started to worry about her last name, I flubbed her first name. Binny Whitelesbuck, who serves as president of the Haverford Trust Company, a milestone achieved by fewer than 10% of the women in the field. Throughout her career, Binny has always been more than just a dynamic and efficient business leader. She is committed to educating and empowering women on financial matters and related topics. To date, over 3,000 women have benefited from her work to make financial literacy accessible. Her genuine and thoughtful leadership style has brought her recognition among the top 100 financial advisors and as a woman of distinction by Philadelphia Business Journal. One of her nominators recalls hiring her into a management training program in the 1980s and watching her advance quickly through the management ranks. She noted, "My observation over the last several decades is that Binny's actions have always reflect the basic goal of improving the world for others. Tonight, it's a privilege to name you Alumni Fellow." Thank you, Binny. In 1935, DuPont introduced the advertising slogan, better things for better living through chemistry. Alexa Dembeck has helped DuPont realize that ambition. Alexa earned her PhD in chemistry from the Eberly College of Science, and today is the Chief Technology and Sustainability Officer at DuPont. In her role, Alexa leads business and innovation strategy. She is also responsible for setting the direction and priorities for the nearly $1 billion in global R&D spending across more than 5,000 scientists and engineers worldwide. In addition, Alexa is credited with transforming DuPont's R&D model into a modern, customer and market-focused structure. She also devised DuPont's 2030 sustainability goals. Alexa's nominators hail her as a wonderful mentor, a champion for innovation and sustainability, and an invaluable partner at DuPont. I'm very pleased to present the Alumni Fellow Award to Alexa Dembeck. If you ask our next honoree to take out a number 2 pencil, she's ready. John Daty works for Educational Testing Service, which is the world's largest private educational testing and measurement organization. John earned her Master's of Education and doctoral degree in counselor education at Penn State and is currently the Executive Director of Learning and Organizational Development at ETS. In this role, she's responsible for the strategic direction of the organizational design, professional development, and change management areas. She's been a powerful advocate for women, for veterans, and underrepresented staff, launching initiatives to support their growth. She has also implemented talent pipeline programs with regional universities to provide opportunities for students to gain work experience. Her efforts have received federal recognition for supporting the U.S. Department of Education's national diversity and inclusion goals. John's nominators noted that she is an inspiration and her energy transformed approaches to employee development. I'm very pleased to present the Alumni Fellow Award to John Daty. Thank you, John. Barbara Konowski has spent more than 35 years as a scientist, consumer healthcare, products R&D manager, and strong reformer of the regulatory system that oversees the majority of over-the-counter medicines in the United States. Barbara earned her bachelor's degree in nutrition from the College of Health and Human Development. She then earned master's and doctoral degrees in nutritional sciences from the University of Illinois at Urbana. Barbara began her career as a scientist and inventor at Procter & Gamble. After 23 years, Barbara shifted her efforts to regulatory affairs for Consumer Healthcare Products Association. Her nominator said, through both of her careers, Barbara has made and is continuing to have a significant impact on public health through her knowledge of the safety of commonly used drugs and food supply. We are fortunate to have her overseeing, watching out for all of us. Congratulations, Barbara. I'm pleased to honor you with this Alumni Fellow Award. Thank you. Our next honoree, Andre Collins, graduated from the College of Health and Human Development and is joining us on Zoom. For the Nittany Lion football fans among us, you may remember Andre from his days as a standout linebacker. He attracted the attention of the pros and went on to a successful football career that included starting in the Super Bowl for Washington. After he retired from football, Andre began a second career dedicated to helping others. He became the department head of emergency registration at Virginia Hospital Center, and then in 2004, Andre became director of former players for the NFL Players Association. In 2013, he was named executive director of the Professional Athletes Foundation, which is a charitable arm of the NFL Players Association. Andre has touched the lives of countless players, helping them find meaningful activities after they retire from football. A nominator summed up his impact this way: Andre's entire career and life have been devoted to helping people by enhancing their well-being. Another noted that his quirky sense of humor makes even the most challenging days possible. I'm proud to name Andre Collins an Alumni Fellow.
Thank you, President Barron. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. It's not often that a college internship eventually leads to the president's office, but that's the case for Matthew Topsky. Matt joined Larson Techs in 1993 as a technical artist while he was a student at Penn State Barron. Through the years, he held many positions, and today he is president and chief executive officer of Larson Techs and Big Ideas Learning. His leadership and experience have positioned the company to become a front-runner of math education in the United States. Matt has made it his mission to provide innovative and coherent math materials. He believes the stereotype of being not a math person needs to be broken. He has also built a collaborative relationship with Penn State Barron that has created unique opportunities for students and faculty across a range of disciplines. I'm pleased to honor Matt Topsky as an Alumni Fellow. David Titley, who is unable to attend, began his long career in meteorology as a student at Penn State. It's our good fortune that he came back to serve for 6 years as an affiliate professor of practice. In between those two stops, David had a long and distinguished career in public service. From his start as a U.S. naval officer to Deputy Undersecretary of Commerce for Operations and Chief Operating Officer of NOAA, David has had a powerful impact. His work focused on climate change has led to over 100 talks in 8 countries since 2016 alone, as well as testimony to the U.S. Congress on 8 different occasions. David is known as an exemplary scientist who is very effective at communicating science to the public, a skill that has great value at this point in history. David's impact on the field is illustrated very clearly by his service to the National Academy of Sciences, where he was invited to chair influential reports on ocean science and climate. This is some of the most important work of our time, and we're fortunate that David has contributed his expertise to it. It's an honor to name him as an Alumni Fellow. Our next honoree is Janine Peterson, a Penn State Harrisburg graduate, whose career has been defined by her commitment to public health. She has tackled the challenge of improving access to health care with a focus on issues that disproportionately impact minority and low-income populations. Her long career in public health culminated in her current role as CEO of Hamilton Health, which serves 30,000 people. Janine has been recognized locally and nationally as the visionary who led the organization out of insolvency to become a highly effective, financially stable health center. Despite an often grueling schedule, Janine is the first to get involved in community events. According to a nominator, she offers the kind and comforting word to everyone she encounters and never takes her status as CEO for granted. She is well-grounded and deserves to serve our communities with zeal that is envious. Congratulations, Janine, on the Alumni Fellow Award. Thank you. Reggie Hedgebeth has been called a genuine leader of people and the model of engagement across our company. Reggie is the Executive Vice President, General Counsel, and Chief Administrator Officer of Marathon Oil. Throughout his career, Reggie has had a senior role in the corporate sector while always serving as an example of inclusive leadership and employee engagement. According to a colleague, Reggie's management style is so effective because he empowers people and leverages individual and team diversity to drive better decision-making. Reggie has made a mark on others throughout his life, from his professors when he was an honors student at Penn State, to his colleagues, and to the organizations where he volunteers. As one nominator said, Reggie is an exemplary person, a values-centered leader, and a champion for all. Congratulations, Reggie, on the Alumni Fellow Award. Thank you. Our next honoree, Rosemary Bleesner, is an accomplished scholar, educator, and administrator with nearly 4 decades of academic and administrative experience and leadership. She's been a faculty member in the Department of Human Development and Family Science at Virginia Tech since 1981. In recognition of her outstanding record of accomplishments, she was named an Alumni Distinguished Professor in 2002. Rosemary's area of expertise is gerontology, and she has received funding to study Alzheimer's, adult development and aging, relationships, spirituality, and early memory loss. She has balanced this work with leadership roles at Virginia Tech and has been hailed as a true asset to the university and the gerontology community she faithfully serves. I am pleased to present Rosemary Bleesner with an Alumni Fellow Award. Congratulations, Rosemary. Born into the family of Pennsylvania coal miners and factory workers, William Terrell enrolled in Penn State Schuylkill after serving in the U.S. Air Force. He has since become a professor and associate dean of the Arizona State University Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions. Bill is recognized as one of the country's leading experts on police use of force and the role police culture plays in fostering or mitigating the use of force, a timely and critically important issue. Bill's unsurpassed work ethic, attention to detail, and productivity have made him an internationally recognized expert in the field of criminal justice. One nominator wrote, "Bill's hard work is equally matched by his humility. He does not believe in self-promotion, yet takes each thank you, congratulations, and official recognition with great appreciation. In that spirit, I offer my most sincere congratulations to Bill for his contributions to community policing, and I'm pleased to present him with the Alumni Fellow Award. Thank you, Bill. Our next honoree is Raleigh Cogan, who earned his degree in wildlife fisheries science. A nominator wrote, "When I think of game-changing contributions to our community, I can think of no one more deserving and dedicated to others than Raleigh Cogan." Raleigh's area of expertise is Pennsylvania's wild elk herd. He has used wildlife management principles to improve the habit of elk while reducing conflict with citizens. His work has created a robust herd of animals that is enjoyed by thousands of visitors annually in what has become known as elk country. Raleigh's passion for wildlife conservation is matched by his ability to lead and work with others to achieve a common goal, a goal that has benefited the elk and the region where they roam. I am pleased to present the Alumni Fellow Award to Raleigh Cogan. Thank you, Raleigh. Our next honoree is Kathleen Burke, who will be joining us on the screen. Kathy came to Penn State as a first-generation nursing student. Today, she's an academic researcher and strategic leader of Penn Medicine's entire professional development for more than 7,000 nurses. She has dedicated her career to providing safe, high-quality patient care in today's complex health system. She is also committed to supporting first-generation students on their way to career success. To that end, she joined Penn State's Abington Advisory Board and has been sharing her leadership skills and expertise with our student body. As a healthcare leader during a global pandemic, I'm pleased to say thank you to Kathy for her work and leadership, and I'm honored to present her with the Alumni Fellow Award. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
I'm pleased to introduce our honoree, Wanda Bryant Hope. Wanda graduated from Smeal College of Business with a degree in marketing. She's an accomplished business executive with more than 30 years of global sales and marketing leadership. She currently serves as Johnson & Johnson's Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer, where she is responsible for building a diverse workforce and advancing a culture of equity and inclusion. Wanda is a sought-after speaker and thought leader who serves on many boards and councils, including the Penn State Select Presidential Commission on Racism, Bias, and Community Safety. Her passion and performance have been recognized by Johnson & Johnson leaders, with comments including, "Wanda is truly helping us reshape our company on a global scale, enriching our workplace culture, advancing business outcomes, and expanding our reputation as an employer of choice." It's all in a day's work for Wanda. As the nominator said, her story, her path, her passion, and her success are an inspiration for our entire college community. Congratulations, and I'm pleased to present Wanda with the Alumni Fellow Award. Thank you, Wanda. Elias Dyson is the Senior Vice President of Finance and Chief Financial Officer of Sherwin-Williams, a $17 billion Fortune 500 company with over 53,000 employees. He will be joining us on the screen. Al has been a trusted collaborator and colleague at Sherwin-Williams since he began as a corporate field auditor some 29 years ago. He is credited with helping navigate through the company's largest acquisition and growth at historic levels. He also understands the importance of giving back to his community through service and through philanthropy. Al actively serves on several boards and is a proud Penn Stater who is a wonderful role model for our students. I'm pleased to name Al, Ms. Dyson, an Alumni Fellow. Thank you, Al. Now here's a fun fact. A Lockheed Martin F-35 fighter jet requires over 30,000 parts that come from 200 different suppliers. Making sure that they arrive on schedule for production was the responsibility of Eric Branyan, a graduate of our College of Engineering. Throughout his long career, Eric served in many capacities at Lockheed Martin, including vice president in the F-35 supply chain management. According to his colleagues, Eric is passionate about airplanes and tireless when it comes to knowing your data and understanding just what you'd spent. His detail orientation and incredible work ethic shaped his Lockheed Martin division and ensured success for his team. In recent years, we're delighted that Eric has also invested his time and his energy into the success of Penn State undergraduate students. And I'm pleased he could be with us to receive this much-deserved Alumni Fellow Award. Well, thank you, Eric. Our next honoree, Ken Lindquist, is unable to attend. Ken was able to reach exceptional heights in the nuclear energy profession after completing graduate school at Penn State. After working on the successful launch of Indian Point 2, a nuclear reactor located in Westchester County, New York, he started his own company, the Northeast Technology Corporation. There he became an internationally renowned expert on neutron absorber materials. His work has led to safer technology, which is easier to install and creates significant cost savings. Ken has generously brought his experience and expertise to Penn State on numerous occasions. One nominator wrote, "Ken is a great role model for our students and indeed for our young faculty, as he is sharp, scientifically minded, inquisitive, curious, and genuinely enjoys talking to young people. Thank you, Ken, for all you do, and I'm pleased to honor you with the Alumni Fellow Award." With her newly minted journalism degree from Penn State, Terry Mutchler had skills and skepticism, which are key ingredients for great reporters. Terry quickly climbed to the top of her profession as an award-winning journalist for the Associated Press. She was then called upon to create Pennsylvania's Office of Open Records to enforce the state's right-to-know law. Terry energetically took the job, creating an office from the ground up. It is now a $2.1 million operation with a staff of 15. In addition, Terry created the nation's first transparency law practice, which serves multinational corporations and is widely respected as a national leader in this growing area of law. As her nominators wrote, in Pennsylvania, Terry's name is synonymous with transparency, openness, and accountability. Certainly an incredibly high compliment for any professional. I am pleased to present Terry Mutchler with the Alumni Fellow Award. Thank you, Terry. Our final honoree is Dusty Elias Kirk, who earned her degree at the Dickinson School of Law. She went on to a distinguished law career focused on all aspects of real estate development, rising to the level of partner with the prestigious Pittsburgh-based firm Reed Smith. Throughout her career, Dusty has fought for the interests of a wide range of clients, from Allegheny County taxpayers to the Pittsburgh Penguins. She has also continued to give back to the Pittsburgh community and Dickinson law through her volunteerism and philanthropy. I am proud to present the Alumni Fellow Award to Dusty Elias Kirk. Thank you, Dusty. Before I turn things back to Paul, I wish to thank everyone for being with us here tonight. You've come from near and from far, as you've heard, and I hope you've all enjoyed the many people that have shaped our institution and put Penn State as one of the top universities in the world. What's more, your success, determination, and leadership in the real world have brought honor to Penn State. You're the reason why Penn State is ranked as having the #1 most powerful alumni network, is a top choice among recruiters from leading companies, nonprofits, and government agencies. Thank you for your leadership, for your outstanding work, and for your dedicated service. And on behalf of Penn State, congratulations to all of our honorees. You're role models for our students and for our faculty and staff. Your many contributions have made a lasting impact on this university. We're thrilled that you're a part of Penn State, and we thank you for all that you do. Paul.
Thank you, Dr. Barron. On behalf of our 740,000 alumni and our more than 171,000 members of the Penn State Alumni Association, I'd like to again congratulate this year's class of Alumni Fellows. Each Alumni Fellow has helped to make Penn State the institution it is today. In the words of Eric Walker, Penn State's 12th president, "Wherever you go, Penn State will go with you. You are now a part of her. Her image will be cast in your image. Your reputation will become her reputation." And what a reputation our alumni have built over the last 163 years. Alumni Fellows, no one has reflected more honor and prestige on Penn State than you. On behalf of the Penn State Alumni Association, I'm honored to congratulate you, our new Alumni Fellows. Thank you for all you do for the university, for the glory, and for the future. We are Penn State. So following the ceremony, I hope you take a moment to visit our Hall of Honor right outside these doors and find that your name has been added to the other names who share the distinction of Alumni Fellow. Before we end tonight's celebration, I ask that you please rise as we raise the song together.
That we wait, raise the song, raise the song.
Sing our love and loyalty,
Sing our hopes that bright and free
rest a rather dear with thee, all with thee, all with thee. When we stood at childhood's gates, shapeless in the hands of fate, thou didst mold
state, dear old state, dear old state. May no act of ours bring shame to one heart that loves thy name. May our lives but swell thy fame, dear old state, dear old state.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Good night.